Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. Man, fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face looks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Phil in here.
And I'm Leroy. So what's been going on, Phil?
Nothing much. What's been up with you?
Not much. Everything's the same. Same old, same old. To everybody out there, yes, all the rumors is true. I'm running in the Broad Street Run for this year, 2022. I think the Broad Street Run is May the 1st. So May the 1st, I'll be running the Broad Street Run. No, this is not going to be every year thing. So I'm not running.
That's
this
what's
every
up.
year.
I was going to ask you if you was doing that when I saw it on TV.
Yeah. So let's get to it. We got in New Jersey, we got a 12-year-old boy overdosed on fentanyl after being forced to clean his uncle's drug lab. Here's the report.
Well, Tracy, we just talked to Gloucester Township Police Chief David Harkins, and he tells me that his detectives have been working on this case nonstop, day in and day out for 6 weeks now. He says it's a case that simply makes him sick. He considers it more of a poisoning than a drug overdose. He tells us that the suspect, Noakes is his last name, he was taken into custody this morning in Pennsauken by the U.S. Marshals.
I'm infuriated about it, quite frankly.
For causing the overdose death of his own nephew, 35-year-old Troy Noakes of Blackwood is charged with first-degree aggravated manslaughter as well as countless drug offenses. Police say Noakes was manufacturing fentanyl inside his Blackwood home and directed the boy to clean the drug paraphernalia without gloves. And that was the weekend before he died.
That's what happened. He got poisoned from handling this junk, this drugs, that this uncle put him in the position to handle.
On Monday, January 24th, police were notified that the boy was unresponsive on his school bus. Other students initially thought he was sound asleep. A school nurse performed CPR until EMTs could arrive. The child was rushed to Children's Hospital in Philadelphia, where he died a week later. The cause of death was ruled drug intoxication, specifically fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is 50 to 100 times more deadly than heroin.
The caretaker, who was the grandmother of this child, was devastated. And she is losing a family member now who's going into the criminal justice system to be prosecuted. But more important, she's lost her 12-year-old grandson.
Well, where's the boy's mother? Because the guy, his last name is Noakes. I don't know his first name. He has been having problems like in and out of jail and for drug convictions and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So she ain't no excuse that, I just didn't know what he was into. So she already knew what was up with him. So why you ain't charging her? See, that's the problem. If they start charging these parents for this, well, the father's in jail, the kid's father's in jail. So, but
you can't charge the mom unless she had custody rights. What if the dad had the custody?
He's in jail
now.
No, he's in jail. No, that's the uncle.
No, that was the uncle. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he's in jail. See, that's what I'm saying. So she can't lie and say she didn't know what the uncle was up to. The uncle been in and out of jail ever since he been an adult for drugs and everything, and little petty crimes, little stuff here and there. But she already knew, and they need to charge her with manslaughter.
Right.
If the justice system started charging these adults for the way they neglect these kids, it wouldn't be kids being neglected like this.
Son.
Now, Chief Harkins went on to tell me that the school nurse in this case was also heroic, along with other staff members here at the school, because ultimately they were putting their own lives in danger to be helping this little boy. Now, a second person has also been charged in the crime. We understand that she is the former girlfriend of Troy Noakes. I've also been in touch with the superintendent, John Bilodeau, of the Gloucester Township Public Schools. He tells me, Sydney, we have been having counselors at the school to help these young people that witnessed what happened on the school bus that early morning in January, and he will be issuing a statement to us later tonight. Reporting live in Blackwood, I'm Sydney Long, NBC 10 News.
And like they said, there is a co-defendant. The co-defendant is named Johanna Johnson, who has a pretty face. I don't know what her body looks like. She was charged.
Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, why they didn't show the guy that got locked up? Why they didn't show his face?
Oh, they have it. I can show you pictures of him if you want to see him.
No, I was just wondering why they didn't show it on the news report.
Yeah, they got the mug shot. Well, Noakes co-defendant Johanna Johnson was charged with tampering with evidence and protecting the alleged killer from police. I wanted to know. I tried to search in detail how was she protecting him from police, and what was she doing with evidence? Did she like flush the drugs, the remaining drugs from out of the house? I don't know. But ride or die, she gonna wind up telling on him, of course.
Of course. Shit, first 48 to tell you everything you need to know about committing the crime around a female.
Yep, I told my mom about that. I said, Mom, you ever watch First 48? Oh, matter of fact, did you see that this week?
No.
Okay, they did. You know how they do that after the first 48 when they like do that it's almost like a Where They Are Now with the old crime.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they did one with the it was the boy and a girl. They were going together. So the boyfriend hit the girl, and the girl told her father. Now the father is like, he can walk, but let's just say he's crippled. He got to walk with a cane and all that stuff. So he called his crew to go and beat up the kid and hogtied them, and they threw him in the field. And while he's being hogtied, he it's almost like you suffocating. If you relax your legs, it's almost like it's being choked. So you gotta like hold your legs up so you won't be choked. And so I guess he couldn't do it, so he died like in the field or whatever. So so I hate to laugh because a kid got killed. And the girl was pregnant too, by the way, by the boyfriend. So as soon as the guy got in, they started investigating the father. He told everybody. So he said, "Well, look, it wasn't no like, oh no, he didn't put up a front or nothing. He just, soon as they start asking him questions, he told like his partners, wherever they was like, no, I don't know anything what you talking about. They did one of them things. Soon when they started interrogating the father, he started telling everybody where to buy. Oh, he was alive when I left. I guess the father just figured would figure, well, he couldn't have did it because I told you he's like kind of crippled. Okay, so the father went to jail. The two guys that helped him went to jail, and the daughter, who the one that set everything up, is walking around free. Like she the one that started everything by telling them what happened or whatever.
That's how it be.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as they get on there, they don't put up no front. Oh, it was another one. Did you see the one that I was talking about with the dog?
I don't watch it. No, I didn't. I don't watch it all the time. I watch it every now and then when ain't nothing else is on.
Okay, so it was this girl, right? It was the guy was like her ex-boyfriend, but she has a current boyfriend that she was living with. So I'm thinking that they were talking, like the ex and the girlfriend was talking, whatever, and they got in some kind of fight with the new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend had took his phone. They took the old boyfriend's phone. So the old boyfriend had went over the house to try to get his phone, and the dogs like mauled him, like chew his ears off and all that stuff. So he tried to say, the new boyfriend tried to say that he couldn't control the dogs, whatever. But the neighbor was like, no, he got good command of them dogs. Some dogs didn't do that. And so the girl, she just like she act like blasé at first during the first interrogation that she I didn't know. I just didn't know. I mean, I was laying in the room, and when I could walk in, I heard all the noise, and when I woke up, I came outside and I just seen what was happening, and I tried to stop it. She did all that stuff, but boy, that second interrogating, she on there crying and told everything that happened to it, because the cops was like, yeah, we know that you were up, because the neighbor said that you was outside when the guy was being attacked, and she started crying and started telling on everything. So fellas, you keep thinking you got you a ride or die chick or not, because they get right on it, right in interrogation, and start telling on everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, Phil, we gonna go to Miami, of course, Florida. We got 28-year-old Braden Harvey arrested for attempted rape inside of a Walmart. Here's the report.
New video showing the moments a man attacked a woman while she was simply shopping at a Walmart. That suspect was arrested, but police believe there could be more victims out there somewhere. And local 10 Sinaloa.
By the way, for the people who don't know about this, there's a video of the man actually attacking a woman inside a Walmart. He ain't like in a little aisle or whatever. He's like on a main aisle in the middle on top of this woman, and it must be.
God damn.
You didn't see this?
No.
Yeah, it was on World Star. I forgot to send it to you. And I don't know what time was it, but it looked like it was pretty early because there's a lot of people in there.
So he just going for his, huh?
Yep.
In Miami with these troubling brand new details. Sanella, that video is just incredible to watch.
Christy, it is disturbing, and police believe there may
we've seen our girl Sanoa before, if I'm not sure.
be other victims because it was such a bold attack. It happened right inside of that store in public. Now, these Good Samaritans jumped in to help out, and they helped police catch their guy.
Get out!
Cell phone videos rolling as Good Samaritans jump in to remove a man that was allegedly sexually assaulting a woman at a Northwest Miami-Dade Walmart. Two men tackle 28-year-old Breeden Jamal Harvey, placed him in a chokehold and hold him to the ground until police arrive. He was arrested not long after. And it was a frightening ordeal for the female victim. According to an arrest report, she was simply shopping when Harvey allegedly approached her from behind, pulled up her dress, and touched her backside. When she turned around, police say he pushed her to the ground, ripping off her underwear while trying to touch her below the waist. It was then that the two witnesses saw what was happening and forcibly removed him off of the woman. Harvey, who was
forcibly removed him. They did some street justice on the guy, and they were just like whooping his ass,
choking him and punching the shit out of him.
Yep.
On probation when this happened, appeared in court where a judge granted him a $50,000 bond. He was ordered to stay away from the victim and the Walmart. And at the Walmart today, there was a police presence outside of the store, but shoppers are still feeling disturbed.
It's a scary situation. I mean, I feel sorry for the person that went through it, but unfortunately, that's like, I guess, the world we're living in today.
No normal human being would do that. It has to be something wrong with it.
Why you laughing?
The dude.
So again, police believe there may be other victims out there, and they're urging them.
Well, goddamn, is he a serial Walmart rapist or something?
To call the Miami-Dade Sex Crimes Investigation Unit. Their number is 305-715-3300. That is the latest here from Northwest Miami-Dade. Sanella Sabovic, Local 10 News.
Yeah, Sanella Sabovic sounds kind of, the name sounds kind of familiar. And you see the old judge. That old judge is, if you watch Court Cam or you listen to this podcast, she's a big ass star because she's always on Court Cam because always some shit is happening in Miami. Do you watch Court Cam?
No.
Okay.
That's like the new cops.
No, Court Cam is when they showing people wilding out inside of a courtroom.
Oh no, I see like compilation of videos like that, but I don't watch like a show.
Yeah. So, Philip, in the NFL, we got some big news here. The Kansas City Chiefs traded wide receiver Tyreek Hill to Miami Dolphins. The Chiefs will receive a 2022 first round, second round, and fourth round picks, and a 2023 fourth and sixth round pick. So, what you think about the trade?
I think it was stupid. I mean, for Kansas City, they got a lot in return, but you don't need all that shit. You're trying to win a championship now, another one, and you giving up probably one of the top 3 receivers for draft picks. That don't make sense. Because then in the draft, you're trying to find that guy when you already got him.
Right. And
on the other end, it's a come up for the other side.
Right. And I think Miami did have one of those Eagles deal where they get another team's first round draft pick next year. So they'll have 2 first round draft picks next year. And yeah, they and plus they signed them to a deal, so they got off kind of good. Miami. I don't know what the hell they was thinking about with is Andy Reid the GM there, or he's just a coach?
I don't know. I think he's just a coach.
Okay.
I mean, he might got some say so in the GM room if he's not the GM, but I think he's just a coach.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they was thinking about. Cause Kansas City is like on the cusp of going to, well, they can go far in the playoffs. Let's just put it like that. They can go far in the playoffs, and you just traded away with your best player.
And they don't have like a solid number 2, a solid number 3 receiver. So it's
Right.
like from now is a big drop off. You got your tight end and you had your receiver. Now you just got the tight end. You ain't got no threats. I mean, the other guys is burners, but they can't get open. They can't catch. They can't stay healthy. Tyreek Hill, at least he was reliable, and he was one of the top 3 receivers in football.
Mm-hmm. And can you really rely on Kelsey? How old is he?
I think mid range, yes, because even when he still can't get 1,000 yards, he's still gonna be good for between 700 to 800 yards, and that's about what a good tight end usually can get you. Kelsey was better than good. He was like a great tight end in his prime. So even if he having a down year, he's still gonna get you about 7 or 8, and that's what most tight ends get you. But you still need that outside deep threat. Now they just gave it away.
Now, a coworker stopped me on Friday and said he was thinking about that Tua Tagovailoa will be a top 5 quarterback this year. So, what are your thoughts on that?
He don't throw enough, and he can't stay healthy. So I doubt that. I see him being a middle of the pack guy. His
Hmm.
arm is questionable when it comes to throwing an accurate long ball. Like it's one thing if he had a strong arm and we seen him airing it out, but you don't see no highlights of him throwing the ball deep like that. So
Right.
so he don't have it like that. Now you got a deep threat that's going to be open. It might be like a Baker Mayfield show all over again, where you can put a damn video together how many times he missed Tariq wide open.
Now, what's the rumor that Brady is going to Miami? Who started this rumor? Because I heard it on Skip and Shannon.
I didn't hear that. I heard he was coming back for what's the name, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and they were saying that the rumor is that Miami was trying to get him, or they was in process of getting him
Mm-hmm.
because of that Tyreek deal, and supposedly he likes him, but like that he likes Tyreek and wanted to play with him. So they were saying that they might trade because people are thinking about, well, who's going to throw it to him? Because the same thing you were saying about Tua, like who's going to throw it to him? And Baker Mayfield is a no. That I would not. They might as well just stay where they at. That's why, like I said, I'm glad that New Orleans is stuck with James's because there's nothing else out there. Everybody is going.
I try to tell people when Baker got drafted, he wasn't really that bull, but it was
Mm,
all this hype around him, and you see what that got him. He had one good year in what 5 years.
right. And the same thing with Carolina. I would stick with Cam. I would stick with Cam because it's really nothing else out there.
I mean, you can draft a quarterback and see how that turned out, but you might as well ride with what you got.
Exactly.
I don't believe that rumor of Tom Brady going to Miami because he liked Tyreek Hill. Cause shit, he the one that he like all the players that's on Tampa Bay and he got them there. So why would you leave this whole gang of guys that you wanted to play with to go play with a guy that you want to play with one guy?
Well, remember they said that he doesn't get along with Bruce Aaron,
Right, but the players love him and he love the players.
but you can't get along with your coach.
Hey, well,
Oh, there's another thing. Uh, the Amazon did that. What's their Hard Knocks called? A season. Remember they did the
yeah,
Philadelphia.
yeah, they got a new
Well,
one.
yeah, but it's with the Arizona Cardinals. But this is the like the 2017, 16,
Mhm.
17 Cardinals with Bruce Arians was the coach and who was the quarterback? The guy that used to play in
Not
for
Kurt
the
Warner,
no, for the Bengals.
Carson
Carson
Palmer.
Palmer. Carson Palmer, yeah. Carson Palmer is that. So it's kind of about 4 years old.
Is it new or
it's new, but
it's talking about the 4-year-old season?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're showing them, and you got to hear Bruce Arians talk because he does that that kind of black speech.
Well, I think that's just how he talk because I've seen him do interviews and stuff, and they make you say, "Whoa, why you talk like that?" So I think that's just how he is. And it sounds like he's from down south somewhere in the black part of town.
Exactly, that's the first thing I thought. So I searched where he's from, and give a guess where he's from.
Mississippi.
Paterson, New Jersey. So I said, "Oh shit, that must have been in the hood. He must have been in the hood the way he talked like that." And he'll get in there and he's like talking to this guys and he does like this black speak. I'm like,
when I first heard him, I thought he was on some shit, but then I realized that's really how he talked.
Well, we got a voicemail on our anchor. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send us a question on a voicemail on Anchor, just go to our page and send a message. But you have to have an account for Anchor to send a voicemail. But if you have any other questions, you can email us on Facebook. You can email us or go on Facebook or Twitter. It's best that you reach us on Twitter is much better. So we got Mark from Blurgography podcast. He comes at us with this question.
Hey guys, it's Mark from Blurredcast, and I'm hurting. I don't have anybody else to talk to about this. As you know, I'm a Falcons fan, and they just got rid of Matt Ryan, traded him to the Colts, and I'm in the feels about it. You can laugh about it, whatever. I don't care. But I have a question for you because this recently happened to the Eagles in a different way. What is it like losing a quarterback that you thought would be there for the long foreseeable future? You won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles and that crew, and you guys haven't been relevant since then. But what is that like in your mindset? What is it like going through the rebuilding process in this day and era?
Well, the Eagles been irrelevant because
Well,
they
yeah, I
went to
just
the
about to say,
playoffs this year.
what do you mean we haven't been relevant? Because the year after we won the Super Bowl, we was a catch short of missing the NFC Championship again.
Right, and they went to the playoffs this year.
And they went to the playoffs the last couple years.
Right. So
what do you mean not relevant?
So how does it feel losing your quarterback, Philip, that you thought was going to be there for the long haul?
Is he talking about Nick Foles? Because Nick Foles won the championship, or are you talking about Carson Wentz?
I guess he was talking about Carson Wentz.
I wasn't all for trading for Carson Wentz anyway. We gave up way too much to get him from a small school quarterback that was already hurt. So I didn't care for Carson Wentz anyway. When he had his breakout year, I was cheering for him, but I needed to see at least one more year like that because I'm not going to cheer for no one-hit wonder. And then he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it again back to back. So he been lost me. So it wasn't nothing for me. I ain't feel no type of way when we let him go. I said it's about time.
Right. Well, the Eagles are irrelevant.
Right.
So I don't. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say his quarterback let him down big time. He was up 28 points in the Super Bowl and blew it. So if I had a quarterback that blew a 28-point lead in the Super Bowl, I'd be happy to get him out of town. An MVP caliber Super Bowl type quarterback that can't win a big one.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's a question for you, Philip. Are modern day NBA players the most skilled? Well,
in any era?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Mark Goldberry, NBA analyst at ESPN. I haven't watched ESPN in years, but the times I've seen him, he always break down like how this person shoots at this best spot on a court or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he had I got this off of the message boards. He was going back and forth about it. So he brought up these pitcher stats. I don't know what you want to call them. Well, let me show you. All right, there you go. All right, you see the now here's the 80s NBA or the Jordan as they call it, Jordan's NBA. And from 97 to 98, those are the most common jump shot locations. So you see they're real close.
Mm-hmm.
you see they're very close to the rim, as I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So they're very close to the rim. Now, the current NBA players. Now, in the current NBA, as you see, this is from year 2019 to 20. These are the most common jump shots, and goddamn, nobody shooting close to.
But see, I think that stat is flawed because he only took 1 year from what was that 80
90, yes,
but
97 and
he
98.
took 1 year and then he took 1 year here. So you can easily pick and choose what 1 year you want to compare it to each other. You can't do that. You got to do like from the 80s to the 90s or the 90s and then compare that to the 2000s to the 2020s or something like that. You got to have a longer stretch. You can't just have 1 year and say, well, this would and call it a generational thing. That was only for 1 year, and this is only for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you said they're still skilled, mostly skilled.
Yeah.
Okay, now why do you think they're mostly skilled?
Because you got, like back in the day, if you was 6'10" or taller, you was a center. And most centers couldn't shoot a jump shot deep. I mean, you had a few like Pat Ewing and Elijah Wan, but most centers couldn't shoot a jumper. They bang and they got theirs down low. Now you got centers that put the ball on the ground, that dribble, cross you over, that shoot threes. They shooting high percentages at the free throw line. So just looking at the big man alone, you can see that is a different big man today.
Mm-hmm.
The big men back in the day might have been stronger physically, but as far as physically gifted basketball wise, they didn't have it.
So you would roll with today's players rather than the players of the past. If you had
it depends on who you're talking about. You know
the top players.
Because you got top players today like Giannis. He can't really shoot. He'll try, but he can't really shoot. And then you got top players from back in the day like Elijah Wan that could shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So
it depends on what players you're talking about.
Okay, let's go. Since you mentioned centers, let's roll on centers. Are you rolling with today's centers or yesterday's centers?
Depends on who you're talking about. You can't get around that.
The top centers. You just mentioned Olajuwon and Giannis.
Okay, so what I'm saying is you got to give me who you're talking about. Because you can name the Dikembe Mutombo. He was one of the top centers. He couldn't shoot or score, but he grabbed rebounds and he blocked shots.
He wasn't a top center, but go ahead.
He was the top center.
No, he wasn't. He was just there.
Is he Hall of Fame?
Well, shit, is Tracy McGrady Hall of Fame? We done been through this.
Right. So he got All-Star games. He led the league in block shots. He led the league in rebounding. He was like an 8 seed, the upset of the number 1 seed. Like, come on now, don't try to shoot the Dikembe like that.
Oh, I'm not shooting him down, but
you're saying he wasn't a star, and he was.
No. Mm-mm.
Yes.
No.
Do we need to pull up his numbers?
You can pull up numbers, Philip, but he wasn't a star in the league.
If you're winning Defensive Player of the Year and you're going to All-Star games, you're a star.
You keep mentioning All-Star games, and the fans vote for All-Stars. I don't want to. All-Star games is irrelevant because what I tell you, Yao Ming got an All-Star game, and he only played 15 games that year.
Okay, so you still
you
still have all defensive teams, Defensive Player of the Year, leading the league in blocks. That stuff counts for something.
No. He's
maybe
like he's like damn like 5 or 6. If we talking about centers,
5 or 6 out of 32 teams. Like, what are you talking about? If he's top 10 in his generation,
now that's a no. Now
what are you saying?
Definitely no. All right, how far are we going back from his generation?
We talking about when he played. There you go. Led the league in rebound twice. Led the league in block shots 3 times. 3 times All NBA. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. 6-time All Defensive Team. 8-time All-Stars, Hall of Fame. Like, you cannot say he wasn't one of the top centers when he played.
He averaged 9 points a game.
That's all right. That's all right. Was
okay.
it one is Dennis Rodman one of the best forwards in his time, and he averaged 8 points a game? Like, it's not always about scoring.
It's not. But I've never heard he was good, but great. No.
I said he was a star of that era, a star center.
Well, hell, David Robinson, Duncan. You got Elijah Wan. You got Patrick Ewing. You got Shaquille O'Neal. Shit, I just already named 5 or 6.
Right, but I just said he was one of the top 10. He don't got to be the top 6 in that generation. He's one of the top 10. So if he made All NBA The All NBA first team 3 times. That means he beat out all those guys you named 3 times to go to be All NBA, right?
What's the years?
It just says 3 times.
Okay, well you got to tell me the years because
It don't matter if he played with those guys. There's 3 years that those 6 guys you named didn't beat him out for that spot.
Okay, so just in those 3 years, but I still would pick them. I would still pick him over. I would still pick Patrick Ewing over him.
All right.
I would still pick Hakeem Olajuwon over him.
I would look at it like this, depending on who else was on my team.
Duncan/Robinson.
If I got
take your pick.
If I got Jordan on my team, I don't need Pat Ewing on my team. I would take the Mutombo.
Shaquille O'Neal. Now, do I need to say that I will pick him over Dikembe? So you can win. Yes. So he can win those three all NBA teams, and I'll still pick him. I'll still pick all those players over him.
Okay. Depending on who else is on my team is who I'm gonna pick. But what I'm saying is I named him as saying like he's not one of the top centers of his generation. I just said he was a star.
What about Alonzo Mourning? Would you pick him
I like Alonzo Mourning.
Okay, would you pick him over Dikembe?
No, but I wouldn't pick him over none of the other dudes you named either. Because he's a short center. And if I want a center, I want a dude that's like 7 feet tall. Mutombo was 6'10". Alonzo was 6'10". I need me if I'm gonna get a big man, I need a big man that can bang. I'm going for the 7-footer.
So you would pick the Mutombo over a Mourning. That's what you're saying?
I said depending on who my team is.
Oh man, okay. This is your first okay, fantasy NBA. Your first, you have to pick a center. It's your first pick. Are you picking?
Why is that my first pick? And I have to.
It has to be your first pick because I gotta simplify it. I gotta keep going lower and lower. You won't make the decision.
I won't make the decision because, like I said, it depends on who else is on my team.
Yeah. Okay. Your first pick is a center. Now, are you picking Dikembe Mutombo or Alonzo Mourning?
The only way my first pick is a center is if ain't nobody else is left.
All right, nobody else is left. That's your first pick, a center. Are you picking Dikembe Mutombo or Alonzo Mourning? Because you won't say who you will pick. That's why. Because I can name 7 people.
And I said I would pick those guys before I pick him, if they was my first pick. But depending on who my team is, whoever other players on my team is, determine on if I'm gonna pick him or not. If I got a scorer like Michael Jordan on my team, then I don't need Olajuwon or Pat Ewing taking shots like that.
Why not?
Big man.
Why not?
Because I don't. Because I'm gonna get my points from Jordan. I need some defense.
But those guys give you defense also.
Yeah, not like Pat. I mean, what's the name of Mutombo?
Oh, okay. So if you had a chance to pick Jordan and Shaq, you wouldn't do it because Jordan scored points?
No, I said shooting. Shaq gonna be in the paint. I don't need my big men shooting. Olajuwon and Pat Ewing, they got away from the basket and started shooting jumpers. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. If you got Michael Jordan, you want one David Robinson or Tim Duncan?
It's not the same. Tim Duncan is a power forward.
You can switch them either or. Now you know he plays center too.
Yeah, and so did what's the name? Fucking last week, LeBron James.
That's different. That's today's NBA.
They call what's the name, the best power forward to play, Tim Duncan. So don't sit here and put him in the center category.
When they went to the championship that year, wasn't he playing center?
I think he was a power forward.
I guarantee you it got. Did you go on Pro Basketball Reference? Guarantee you they have PF and /center on there.
I didn't say they wouldn't. He's a power forward.
I guarantee you. So they don't have C next. They don't have CPF. Yeah, there you go. Position center and power forward. He was playing center also.
Okay, whatever. When
and he averaged 19 and 10. Your boy got 9 and 10.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Your boy and my man was 15-time all defensive team. Thank you. Timothy Duncan.
I ain't got nothing against Tim Duncan. What are you talking about? Tim Duncan is a power forward.
And they got center here also.
Okay, but he played center sometime, but he's a power forward.
Oh shit, he plays center sometimes. He was like half power forward and half center. He played power forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seasons he played center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons. So his last 10 seasons, he was the center.
That's all right.
And he was whooping ass.
That's because the league got smaller and wasn't no centers around. I remember back in the day when you talk about like free throw shooting, it might have been like maybe 3 or 4 guys that shot over 90% that I can remember. And now shit, it's probably like 20 guys in the NBA shooting over 90%.
Okay. So what's your thoughts about this week in Sixers basketball?
What you mean this week?
This week, because we talked about the Sixers last week and about their problems and stuff. Now, how do you like them this week?
I see Harden is still struggling. So if you roll that shit around into the playoffs, we might be in trouble. And Embiid is balling, but he's starting to take some time off too. Like you got to keep playing, especially if you're trying to win MVP. You got to keep playing. You can't start missing time.
That's why I asked you that, because I know you was going to mention Harden.
Well, that's because you know it. You see it. Like they even games that they won, he played like he'll get his assists, but he's still he gets so many turnovers. Everybody be thinking Westbrook get a lot of turnovers. Harden get a lot of turnovers. So when he got 10 assists and 6 turnovers, that 10 assists don't mean shit.
Do you watch what's the Fox show with the what is his name? Not Skip and Shannon. It's the one that comes on before Skip and Shannon, I think.
It's not Marcellus Wiley and the other bull.
No, it's not that. It's with the white guy.
Oh,
that has the black wife.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you see what Antoine Davis be on there?
Antoine Walker?
Antoine Walker, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I seen a few episodes with Antoine. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, because he said that style of basketball, you can't win with Harden's style of basketball. Do you?
But he said dumb shit too. He said the only way the Lakers can ever be relevant is they got to trade LeBron, AD, and Westbrook, and get draft picks.
So, do you think that you can win with Harden's style of basketball?
We talked about Harden. Like Harden got to know when his jumper is not there, do other things, and he don't. When his jumper's not there, it seems like he get down and shit, and then he don't want to do shit. Then his defense starts slacking. He ain't grabbing rebounds because he averaging like 8 rebounds on the season. But if he throwing up bricks, he ain't even getting 8 rebounds. So then he be having like 4 assists. It's like if his jumper's off, he don't want to play no more. That type of shit, just going with the motion. You can't do that.
Yeah, he does. Well, hell, you got a guy that's all he do is shoot. Do he play defense?
He gonna have to when the playoffs roll around.
Well, hey, look, Philadelphia, you got that's what you wanted. You got exactly what you wanted.
But I told everybody he gonna wait to sign. I said, now you watch it. We get knocked off in the first round, or him and the coach have words, or him and Embiid have words, he gonna be out. And then we gave everything up for nothing.
Yep. Hey, look, y'all wanted James Harden, you got him. You wanted him, you got him. So real quick, before we get into our power talk, I'm gonna give a shout out to our judgmental alumni, Ms. Real T. Vegan. Vegan said her acting role on the Triangle web series. You got to search the Triangle web series on Twitter. They don't have any type of social media. I guess we can give you the link to our episode on the description. Did you look at it?
I didn't watch the whole episode. I just zoomed to her fight scene. God damn, there was some cheesy shit.
I said, well, look at this shit here.
Oh, my goodness.
And they weren't even close to throw a punch.
You ain't lying.
Little punches to connect. Well,
they could have done a better job than that with the fight scene. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, look, shout out to our sister. So, did you watch this week's Power?
I feel like I did, but I don't know. Usually I watch it on Sunday, but I ain't watch it today. What happened? Give me like a quick draw and I'll let you know if I seen it.
The young brother had shot the Jewish guy trying to get the drugs from him.
Young brother.
What's the young brother's name? Well, you know the two brothers.
Yeah. And I don't know. Hold on, let me check. Shay, did we watch Power this week? No, she said we didn't see it yet.
Oh,
I
okay,
wasn't sure.
well then I won't say much about it. I'll just say that the only thing I'm gonna say is they go through fast with. I know they got 10 episodes, but damn, they go way fast with storylines to try to connect them together real
Mm-hmm.
quick. Wait until you see how Tommy and the young nephew, I forget the young nephew's name,
Right, I know what
how
you're talking about.
how they connect with each other.
I seen him last week when he ran up on him and he's like, "Stop following me." Who sent you? He said, "Yo, just watch your back." I seen that part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But did you watch this week's Snowfall?
Yeah.
Now, what you think about that? Well, one thing I can say is I'm so glad that they didn't spend the whole episode with them two in that damn tiger cage,
Oh my god, yeah, that was like ridiculous.
and the guy got his
And
leg.
right, so it's his pet tiger, but he gonna jump on top of the joint and get his leg caught up in the thing, and
Right.
then what's the name all in the jam? He bring them back there, and the tiger's free. Like, how did the tiger get free?
Well, because yeah, that's right. Because the cage was shut off on the tiger side,
Right,
but it was open on their side because
right.
they had
So
got out.
exactly. So they couldn't have got that tiger couldn't have got out. Now the
Right.
tiger just roaming around. I think that was stupid. The whole
Mm-hmm.
tiger shit was stupid.
Yep. So did the show jump the tiger?
Did this? What you mean?
You know how they say jump the shark? The show jump the shark.
No,
You never heard
I
that
don't.
before?
No, I don't know that saying.
Well, it's a saying that Happy Days. You remember the TV show Happy Days?
Yeah.
And they said when the Fonz jumped the I guess he was jumping a shark pool on his motorcycle, and they said ever since then the show went downhill. So they had a website called Jump the Shark. That means the show went bad when this happened.
Oh, okay.
So I just said jump the tiger because you got a tiger rolling around in the hood or whatever, and
It
just
didn't make
like
no sense. It made no sense. And then like this is like a gangster hood part of like LA where the gangbangers is at. So why is it a white guy there with a big ass tiger in his fucking yard and no nobody know about it?
right.
That whole thing was stupid.
And you would hear the tiger like growling and making noise. Like, damn,
Hmm.
what's that noise over there in that man's yard? Oh
Even
shit, there's a damn tiger in there.
yeah, even when the my wife called that when she said they was back there shooting and the bull sitting in the car like he don't hear nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what else happened on that show?
They can't
Well,
they can't find the bull. The bull that's sick.
Peaches.
Peaches can't find Peaches. Now they brought another guy in here, Kane, street thug bull. I said, well, goddamn, is they running the shit out of this Kane name? You know, he was supposedly the first guy that committed murder. Kane from Cain and Abel. Okay, we get it. But every
Right.
time you bring up a gangster dude now in these shows, it's got to be Kane.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you looked at?
I've been trying to get through this Anna Delvey, this whatever that is a Netflix show. It's like 8 or 9 parts about this socialite chick, young girl that was scamming everybody for millions.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes. It's kind of hard to like keep me interested though.
Anything else?
Nah, not really.
Any movies?
Any movies? I haven't really watched anything. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only movie I looked at this week was Respect, the Aretha Franklin movie. Did you look at it?
No. My
Okay.
wife watched it. She said she was like, I'm not gonna like it. So I'm like, all right, well, I won't watch it.
Well, it was a good movie, but the thing is well, before I get into the movie period, I want to give a shout out to our girl Jukebox was in the movie. Who did she play? She was Aretha Franklin's sister. I don't remember her name on the movie. The actress name is Haley Kilgore. So shout out to Jukebox, our girl, with getting in movies and shit. But the thing I don't understand is now.
Oh, you talking about Young Jukebox?
Yeah, Young Jukebox, not the
Right. So that's
old
when
one.
you said
Yeah.
that. That's what I was thinking about, the older one.
No, young Jukebox. I'm sorry, I should have said that. Well, the thing I don't understand is, first of all, like how they always put in our movies. Soon as the movie starts, okay, the father. Well, Aretha Franklin come from a real religious background. The father was like the pastor or the reverend of the church. I think he was a reverend. I think he was a reverend. And they were throwing parties or whatever. So they were having a whole bunch of people over the house, and two guys is hugging each other in a in a sexual manner, hugging each other. So how you enter the church and will have two guys hugging each other in your house like that? Yeah, I didn't get that part, but they always put that stuff in our movies anyway. That was very unnecessary. And another thing is, okay, like I said, again, the father is real religious, and he's throwing these parties in the house, and one of the guys had raped Aretha Franklin, and she had a baby, Philip. The girl couldn't have been no more than like 10, 11, and she got pregnant. But the kicker is she got pregnant again by the same guy, and she would never say like who did it, who got her pregnant, and all that stuff. Mary J's character, is it Dana? What's the jazz singer back then? I want to say her name was Dana Washington. Had asked her like, you ever going to tell who's the father of them kids? And she was just never told. But one thing I can say is Aretha Franklin had a very hard life. She didn't have it really easy. She didn't really have it really easy in her life. But would you like it? I don't know. I watch it. I mean, well, of course, Jennifer Holiday put on a good performance because of her singing and all that shit. So she was good in her role. And well, Jennifer Hudson. What did I say? Jennifer Holiday? Oh shit. Well, Jennifer Hudson. And Jukebox can sing, so she was her performance was good in it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it and pass on that one.
Well, all right. What you about to say?
I was talking to Bakeem earlier. He called me, and he was talking about his radio show. That's the dude I told you in Darby that used to be into music and all that stuff with the equipment and all that. And he said he still want to get on a podcast. His radio station that they had started back in the day, he said it's still up. So he said it's a good thing that we link up with him and we could probably put it on there. And he said that joint be all over the world. You know what I mean? And you can see when you log in, you can see like who listen and where they listening from and all this stuff. So I said, well, I'll let my boy know about it or whatever, but you got to explain it to him, explain it to you. You know what I mean? But he was like, he got a girl that he want to put on a podcast on a late night because she got like some freaky podcast or whatever. And he was like, her show, our show. He got a couple like local rappers that want to rap. He's like, well, man, we could do something with this radio station, John. I said, well, I'll let you know.
Yeah, all right, just let us know. Everyone. Said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he just was like, I'll let you know in like a week or two. So I said, all right.
All right. Well, everyone, you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at P&L Judgmentals. Email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com, or you can Instagram us at _judgmentals. Well, all right, cool.
Hey, yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look. You can check the status on my level, not my Facebook. Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track. Don't wonder where my crew is at. They'll be back. Niggas see me walking on the block and look like who?